Thank you for joining us at Bloomberg Queens, sir. A 12.4% rise on your rise in net profits. But there are some questions that remain that I would we would wish to get an answer on. So the first thing is, could you give us numbers related to fresh slippages during the April-June quarter, and an on-year outlook on it, and where do you see it going by the end of FY18?
Yeah, so far as fresh slippages during the June quarters are concerned, I think 6,500 worth crores of rupees slippages have happened in this particular quarter. And if you compare these slippages with the corresponding period of the last financial year, it works out to be a very positive development. In a sense, last quarter we had almost about 9,000 plus crores of rupees slippages, whereas this quarter it is 6,500 crores slippages. So it's almost about 50% decline in YOY in fresh slippages.
So just to get confirmation on that, was it 9,000 crores or 7,500 crores?
9,000 plus.
9,000 plus was the slippages in the corresponding quarter a year ago.
Absolutely.
Also, sir, if you could give us a guidance on the numbers of your restructured loans, where do they stand at right now?
Restructured loans have come down substantially now. It's almost about 10,000 plus. Previously, we used to have a 34,000 plus. So now it has come down around, it's around 10,000 crores right now.
At around 10,000 crores, and by the end of this fiscal, where do we see it at? Because I'm sure you must be making attempts to get it lower.
Yeah, what is happening is out of restructured standard assets, some of them slip to NPA. Some of them we upgrade to a standard assets. So we are visualizing going forward that some of these will slip to NPA category. Say almost about 10 to 15% is our experience, YOY. And 10 to 15% we will be upgrading. So this standard restructured portfolio, which lies right now around 10,000 crores, we are expecting that it will come down to somewhere around 7.5 thousand crores
By the end of
March.
Right, sir. Speaking about NPAs, because we touched the subject, speaking about agricultural NPAs in particular, has there been a slowdown in lending in the state of Punjab owing to farm loan-related loan defaults?
No, I don't think we have slowed down in any way so far as lending to agriculture is concerned. We continue to lend, and Punjab is our the most agri-based state, and we have largest exposure in Punjab. So we are doing very well in Punjab. And our growth in Punjab, so far as agriculture is concerned, somewhere around 10% YOY growth. So that lending is continuing to be there, and we will not shirk away our responsibility of lending to agriculture.
Right, you say your exposure remains high. Yeah. So talking about exposure, could you tell us Punjab National Bank's exposure to the 12 identified IBC accounts, and how many of those are you present in, and what is the bank's total exposure to the 12 NPAs listed out by the RBI?
Out of 12 accounts, we have exposure to 9 accounts. And the total exposures comes to the tune of 11,000 plus. And out of that, so far as provision is concerned, we might require about 1,000 crores of rupees going forward to meet the requirement of a provisioning as prescribed by Reserve Bank of India.
1,000 crores you?
Yeah, additional, yeah.
Right, so speaking about net interest margins, could you give us a direction on where net interest margins are right now, and what is the outlook for that?
I think this quarter we have improved upon net interest margin. It has gone to 2.52%. And when we compare this with industry, maybe private sector banks, probably we are on a lower side, but we continue to improve upon that. March 2018, we are expecting that it will improve to the range of 2.75, 2.80.
2.8 by March.
2.8.
All right, sir. Any guidance on your CASA performance?
CASA, I think conventionally we have been very comfortable in CASA segment. And we right now we are around somewhere around 44% of our total deposit is a CASA. And we will continue to maintain this level. We might improve upon it probably by 100 basis point or so. So we might improve to 45% of our total deposits.
45% of your total deposits. So the next question I'd wish to ask you, I'm not sure if you'd be willing to answer that, but I'll ask you nonetheless. Has there been any decision taken on the savings deposit rate yet?
No, not yet. Not yet.
By when can we expect it, sir?
Maybe next week probably we will call a meeting of the ALCO, and then we will deliberate on that and we'll take a final decision on that.
So my last couple of questions. The penultimate question would be about your capital raising plans. You said you've taken approval to raise 3,000 crores, but you spoke about another 3,000 crores that you may raise via issue of QIPs. Could you give us any a lowdown on that? So what are the plans vis-a-vis that?
You see, we have got approval from the board to raise a total 6,000 crores worth of capital during this financial year. And this is Tier 1 capital, 6,000 crores Tier 1 capital. Out of that, 3,000 crores is additional Tier 1 capital and 3,000 crore is the equity component. Out of this 6,000 crores which we have got already approval, 1,500 crores we have already raised. That is in the form of a perpetual bonds. Yeah, that is a additional Tier 1 capital. And so far as the remaining portion is concerned, we are chalking out our plan for this financial year, how to proceed on that. So far as debt component is concerned, we might approach the market shortly, maybe this quarter or next quarter. And equity is concerned, we have to chalk out still the strategy, whether we will go for a QIP or we will go for a rights issue or public issue, that we will take a call on that.
But any timeline on that, sir?
No, definitely everything will happen before March 2018. We haven't fixed a roadmap so far on equity component. Debt definitely we will be doing shortly.
Right, so my last question to you would be, sir, is there any plan on sale of your non-core assets? If we were to speak about PNB Housing or PNB MetLife, is there any plan as yet?
No, we are working on that actually. We are identifying all non-core assets. We have listed it. And because we have a huge non-core assets in a different small portions. So we will have to take a call on which we have to put on the block and which we will continue with. But we have started the exercise. Maybe next quarter you will come to hear about this.
So is it going to be a staggered sale or is it going to be more than one asset being sold at one time? Because you just said that next quarter you may announce something vis-a-vis that. Can we expect only one of the assets to be put up on the block? Or can we expect, could you give us a little more detail on that? What could we expect in terms of sale of non-core assets?
We haven't yet taken any decision on that. We have just started the exercise. And we might go for selectively. Some of the assets we will first put on the block. And then we haven't yet decided, I say. So I'm not able to comment anything on that at this point in time.
All right, so I guess we'll keep it at that. Thank you so much for speaking to Bloomberg Quit. Thank you, sir.